Hey, how's it going? Uh-oh, I did not check the volume. Oh, and if I do it now, I'll turn off the camera, so I don't want to do it now. Hi. So, I am not completely prepared here. I pulled some cards. I don't know where I stuck them. They're here right in front of me somewhere. Oh, there they are. I know I'll need that. And let me get them in order. Do I have my little thingies that I need? There it is. All right. Sorry, had to get my stuff all in place here. Me get my cards in order. I swear that I'm gonna start. I promise. E-I-E-I-O. Okay. Come on, hands, work properly. What, I knew there was another one. And then the one, uh-oh. I think I put it back. Did I put it back? Well, we'll see if I need to grab it. Okay, so I pulled a card. Should have been two. I might have to reach in there and grab it, but for now, I pulled a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. And three from the Light Seers deck. I don't know why my brain wants to call it Real Feels deck really hard. Before I started, I was looking at it, and I'm reading the words, and my brain is replacing them. I don't know what that means. And then I pulled a card from the Angel Number deck. Got a precarious stack going over here. Angel Number deck, one card. And one from the, oh my goodness, I did not pull a card from that deck. Weird. And then I pulled a card to go, I guess, at the end, or, you know, whenever, from this here, the Messenger of Cosmic Oracle deck. And then also, like, just wanted to talk about a few things. So, first, though, look at my signs, please. Oh, wow. Oh, I guess I could go closer. Does that help? You might have an easier opportunity to read it if I just start and, you know, well, the top ones are cut off, see? Anyway, that's enough housekeeping. Uh-oh. Don't fall. Oh, come on. Oh. Sorry, I'm just struggling a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so I do have to pull that card. Oh my goodness. Which deck is it in? This one. Shoot. See, okay, look. I personally have been feeling like pretty dang good, pretty okay. Wrong eye. But go there anyway. And but you know, occasionally I do notice that I'm feeling other ways that don't make sense. Like, why the hell am I feeling like this right now? So, I mean, I know that it's likely to happen. It certainly has been happening more in the past couple of years than ever, especially when I started to recognize like what that was. Like, God, even talking about it right now, I'm starting to vibrate. Like, what am I leading up to? Well, anyway, I just started noticing, well, like vibrations, really, or noticing things for what they are, which is all, you know, light, sound, color. It's all vibration somehow, and just, I don't, like, well, I was just gonna say I don't know why I get stressed out looking at other people's stuff, but that's dumb. That's like compassion and empathy, so I do know how those work. And it is, you know, what you focus on is the thing that you end up paying the most attention to, I guess. But I feel like everything that gets put in front of me gets to go under the same microscope, you know? So, like, everything that happens, everything, including the slow taking finding of this card, means something. And that long intro, I'm going to find the card, like, next, just has to do with the fact that, you know, I have, like, a certain process to the way I start my day. You know, like, I try to, it changes. Like, it just changed recently. I didn't necessarily want it to, but the way that what it changed into, I don't mind, so it's okay. But anyway, I went out today, which I do for my exercise on my tricycle, and I was out there and my music stopped. Thank goodness, I was 2/3 of the way finished with it, so I was like, oh man. But I had another third left, and I was like, you know what? It's beautiful out, and for a change, I won't have music or a podcast on. I'll just hear what there is to hear without those things. And then my pedal started making this weird vibration. You know, like, it just was not pedaling smoothly. There was like a jerk, which means, oh, something's loose and you need to stop pedaling it because you don't have more pedals and cranks. Which is to say, I didn't want to screw up the thread. I wanted to be able to just go back home and tighten it. And for some reason, today I did not take the bag with the wrench in it, which is weird because I knew that I was gonna go ride the thing. And I know right now, I'm not sure, somebody else worked on it and they said they tightened everything, and I keep finding surprise loose things. Like, if I didn't know better, I'd say the person was trying to sabotage me. Hi, kitty. So look what I found. The card. Anyway, I was like, okay, I could have gone, dang it, that just ruined my whole ride. So instead of finishing the final third when I discovered that I had a rattle, I was like, just go home. I was like, okay, that's fine. You got 2/3 of it done. That's pretty good. Just, you're good. So I went home, came home, and I just felt like there's, I'm sure, some reason that happened. And then I was just having my, you know, build up to doing this, which is collecting synchronicities and just whatever kind of sticks with me, like whatever catches my attention or my eye or my ear, however, you know. But there's usually something that ties into what I end up talking about. Might be something from yesterday or something from like today. well, anyway, compassion came up a bunch of times, and when I first started shuffling for the cards that I pulled, this one popped out like first, and it's the Eye of the Needle from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and it's the number 17 card. The subtitle is Internet Intentionality. So, like, I felt like two ways about this. I started at the beginning saying, I personally feel pretty good. Like, you know, I'm not unhappy. I have things that I need and like whatever I want, and I'm just like, I have nothing to complain about. So, like, I'm saying my energy is not a factor here, but I have been feeling like anxious and a little bit like heavy around the like as if there's something sitting on my shoulders, but also like as if something's sitting on your back. If you're on your stomach and like something heavy will set down on your back, and you can still breathe, but you're just compressed. Like, that's the feeling that I've been feeling, like, or that's the sensation, but it just feels like stress more than anything else. So, and I don't know why. It doesn't really make sense because it's so nice and bright around here. Everyone I've encountered recently has been really pleasant, which tells me that people are in a good mood. I'm not hearing horns honking, you know, like I'm not hearing signs of aggro, basically. So I'm not sure, like, what the compression is. There are, of course, some areas where things are not happy day. Thankfully, they're not in my particular reality at the moment. I'm grateful for that. But, you know, it doesn't mean that things, unpleasant things have not, it doesn't mean unpleasant things have gone away. So, I don't know if I said this before I started filming or after I started filming, but I was thinking about this card, I guess, and not the obvious biblical interpretation. Again, going with like the compression. Have you ever looked through a needle and tried to see through one? Like, you really have to tune in your focus, like narrow your focus, like just to really look between the two little sides of the loop. I mean, that's big. That's bigger than any needle that I've ever, like, it's an illustration. But, well, I mean, it's an interesting experience. Just narrowing your focus in that way, it really gives new meaning to narrowing your focus. Not trying to be like any kind of funny or, you know, sarcastic about that remark. On every layer that you can attach it to narrow your focus is an experience. And look at that eye in there. That person looks like they're seeing, you know, in movies like in Pulp Fiction, you know, the suitcase, and it looks like the people open the suitcase and like gold light reflects on their faces, and it's a MacGuffin, but it's also a fill in the blank for the viewer. So this is like the person seeing their wish of whatever's in there, like, I don't know, gold bars, like, woo, like, wowie. It's excited, is what I'm saying. It looks very, or like, found its first girly magazine, or boy magazine, whatever. Get someone real, like, oh my god, I'm winning lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? That eye is like super excited. But, you know, I feel like they didn't see whatever's so exciting until they looked through that particular aperture. And like I said, it's not just like, I don't know, if you've never done it, try it. It's not like a drug or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying, but it you know, it makes your body do something it's unaccustomed to doing, and then once you can focus, having done it, it's different. You know, like, I don't know, I guess it changed my brain. It may or may not change yours. Give it a try or not. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know. For some reason, I put it back, and I was like, if it pops out again. I don't know why I was so, like, I didn't want to be bothered with it. So now I think even more it's supposed to be out here. So I'm just gonna put it aside. So then, when I did decide to start accepting the cards, the next one that came out was, well, the second one. Did I pull a third one? I guess I'm just confusing my, oh, there it is. Oh, well, just ignore that for a minute. So the real first one that I pulled out, oh my god, I just babbled for 16 minutes. Jeez. So I'm not done with that. So the compressed feeling, I know it wasn't mine, and I know that also, like, something that I've been watching, some things that I've been watching, because they kind of are linked, have been adding to the compressed feeling, I guess, because, like, 2 videos ago, I read some notes that I had written, and it was about being at a picnic and everything being all happy and sunshiny, and you think everything's dandy, but if you lift up the blanket, there's all kinds of critters under there that if you think about it, you don't really want it near your food. You know, it's like bugs. Normally, you wouldn't put them in proximity to the creepy crawlies, but for some reason, when we decide to eat outside, that's what happens. And by the way, we're like total snowflakes about it now. We used to just live outside, and I mean, how did you separate yourself from the bugs? Anyway, I'm not going to go into what all that was about, but I just want to, like, remind everyone that that's kind of like what my philosophy about acting is about, because you have to function in the world somehow, and if it's your intent, then you want to be good. Like, to me, like, eventually, whatever you're going through, you want to be, like, good, because I don't know, I just feel like it has the best outcome overall, and your intent. The intentionality is the subtitle on this card. I just thought I'd bring that up. I knew I was gonna bring that card up again. Probably again. Where was I? So, but the feeling compressed, however. So I guess this is me, like, focusing in on the compression. Like, I'm not as excited about this eye, but it just occurred to me, like, that's kind of what I've been doing. Like, even though looking at the things are, you know, if I took it on, it could be, like, giving me anxiety. Like, just because I can feel it and sense it doesn't mean that I'm having it. It just means that I know that that's the frequency of that particular thing. And it gets overwhelming because I guess like some of the downloads have been like unlocking that so you can feel even more stuff. And part of the feeling, I don't know, I guess it like turns on stuff more, like amplifies your sensing ability. I don't know about everybody else. I should just say myself, because that's what I seem to be experiencing. But doing everything you can sometimes and it's just like, wow, still feeling all this stuff, like salt baths, exercise, meditation, whatever you can do to kind of shrug that feeling off. You want to do. I mean, I want to do that. I mean, if there's a way to alleviate discomfort, I want to do that. So I had gone to the store on payday. It's springtime, and so I always like to get a few plants while it's early and I can get. Anyway, I got some flowers just because they were bright and they were pretty and they caught my eye, and I took them outside to transplant them in a planter that I have. And just the experience of breaking up the soil and softening the root balls on the flowers that I was transplanting. I really like surrendered to the experience, so that I just was like becoming one with the dirt in a way. And the reason why I say that is not because I ate any dirt, but because it just like I do grounding, but like I said, like doing all of the things sometimes is like you have to do it more often because it's not quite enough. And then I started messing with the plant and the dirt, and I just released or something, and it was just such a good, relaxing experience. Like, you remember it now, I'm like, my spine is wanting to go soft. Don't do that now. And I was like, wow, this is great. And I forgot how it's not that hard to like get in touch with the plant. I remember one time I was making a salad and I had these peppers, and I took a bite of one. It was like gonna go in something, and I took a bite of one before it went into the dish, and it was so fresh that I felt like I had turned into the plant, and I was in the field, and I could feel like little granules of dirt hitting the skin of the pepper, and I was like, wow, are you high? But it was really intense, just like flash of feeling. I was like, wow, okay, that was cool. So but that's like a particular frequency, I guess, that I would like to visit more often, more frequently. But this is what I felt like. Here is this plant, and the man has sunk into the plant. The man and the plant have become one. So, I was watching something before this. It was another reader, and she pulled this card as well. She was using the same deck, and I always get a kick out of that. And so I had this deck before I started watching that person, and then that person had that deck when I started watching. So there's nothing like supernatural about the deck itself, just that we happen to pull the same card. And she talked about different stuff, but she talked about stuff that I have been talking about, like as recently as yesterday, and we'll see how it goes today. But she went in a different direction. She went in the direction that I normally go with this card. And the subtitle is Resourcefulness. The card is Horned Cactus. Sorry. Let me show you. I'm not doing a good job letting you in on what's happening here. And also the number is 29, which, you know me and my 11s, 9 and 2 is 11. Plant and man becoming one. But see, I didn't finish my thought about the pepper when I felt the dirt in that, like when I was a pepper for a minute. The reason why for me that's not such a stretch to have that intense an association with a plant, even if it's just because I took a bite, is because in a lot of ways we humans have a lot of the same biological material as what we eat. Or not even biological, like animal, vegetable, and mineral, basically. But my point is the animals and the vegetables and us all feed from the earth itself. So even if we're not eating dirt, we're getting some measure of the stuff that's in the dirt, like the vitamins and the minerals. And I mean, that makes me feel very close to the earth. And I know, like, when I've said things to that effect online before, I've had people say, but you're a starseed! Okay. Nobody's saying no to that. I didn't even get that far. The minerals and vitamins that we get from the earth, I would just like to remind those people that the planet was formed from all of the stuff in the space. The earth is a star seed, so I think we're good. I think all is one. Pardon. Anyway, so that's like more or less what I got from this. I think last thing I want to say about it is that the melding is a positive thing. Like, you see the healing green light off to the left there, that the sun rising, I don't know, a green sun somewhere rising on Plant Man. But I feel like that's a positive. Like, it's not at all a bad thing to like become one with the planet that you literally are. Just like everything else it produces, it's just a different Taco Bell kitchen entree. Anyway, cooking joke. So I pulled 3 cards from the Light Seers deck. I might really have to pronounce that. See? And they were the Star, the Fool, and the Page of Swords. And the funny thing about this is that this card, I had gotten the clue. I took the hint by the time I got to this deck. It was just the next deck. I didn't have like 40 Anyway, I was like, okay, if you keep getting a card, just take it. So while I was shuffling, this kept trying to jump out, but it didn't. And I don't want to force anything, but I just kept noticing it. Twice it tried to jump out, and I wasn't in the way of it, so I don't know what happened, but I don't know. I guess I didn't see it, and I was like, okay, I guess it's not coming. And then this came out, and I was thinking that this is the first time this has happened for me, so I'm all excited. I was like, this feels like the star card should be here. That's exciting to me because I have like a little bit more of a grip on like my ability to read what these things are saying to me, these and the impressions that come along with them. Anyway, so I was glad that this also came out, kind of confirmation to what I had been thinking I was feeling. And then this also came out, and actually this was in front of the last one, so I forget what caught my mind about it, but I remember that I looked it up so I could have the page. Okay, so nope, that's the wrong suit. There we go. Just a moment. Looking for the Page of Swords here. So, the Page of Swords resembles someone who is full of energy and ideas, eager to share. It suggests a new form of communication. And I went with that just after the plant talk because I felt like it was a... oh, the bad puns. It was very refreshing and relaxing on a different level than I've been like striving for. Pretty, like I was saying, like stuff that was working is not working as good as well as it used to for the relaxing. And I think that has to do with the ramping up of the energies, because man, I was just sitting still today, just trying to feel and like do my quiet time stuff. But at that particular moment, I was literally just starting to notice that I was feeling like staticky on my skin, which always makes me stop because I'm like, oh, is someone gonna visit? Like, you just never know what. The visitors are not always friendly. So, like, the staticky skin, I'm always like, whoa, what's about to happen? And so nothing happened that I noticed in particular, but it started on the outside of my skin, and then it sort of penetrated my skin, started doing something else. One particular area in my head felt like it was getting like a gardening stake jammed in there. Yeah, weird feelings. No seizures. I mean, I was just awake and everything. Just going like literally taking note of the experience. So, but that's kind of where like my mindset was with like feeling of being the pepper and doing the gardening, and then like the next thing I did was the next day, today, had these other plants that needed a trim, and they're water bamboo. If you know what that is, you can like grow it in a receptacle of water, and it's bamboo. And I have them in these big, they used to be like soft drink containers or crystal geyser water jugs. Just like, you know, pretty big, like I don't know, couple of liters worth of liquid, and I whacked off the top and put them in there, and they were some pretty big root balls. And so like an aquarium almost, I like to take them out and refresh the water, and then use the water that they were sitting in to water something else, and it's the whole circle of life situation. But the roots were feeling all good today, and also because they're slimy, just weird, and I don't know, like they were gonna move. They were kind of getting, they felt good, but it was also giving me the willies. But it's very calming still at the same time. Like I guess it just took me out of my normal state and state of mind, and it was good. I liked it. The feeling of just like, I need to try this to feel better. Not that I was feeling bad, but I guess to feel different. Like you just sometimes gotta step out of your rut, or else it's just not gonna be different. So that is the feeling I got about this regarding like regarding the gardening. Oh my god, I really apologize for that. There's no excuse. And like I said, I have not personally been having a hard time, but I feel like I'm feeling other people having a hard time, you know, and part of experiencing it is that someone else is experiencing it, I guess, in a way, like helping whoever is having the experience shoulder the load. Like either in real time sympathetically or like later. You can do that with, you know, like either you're there or you're feeling it at a distance for, you know, because you're sensitive to it for whatever reason. But I feel like on my end, like once I establish who is coming from and you know, like where and why and that, or you know, to the best of my ability, then I feel like I want to help. Like I feel hopeful. Like I want to, you know, offer a million condolences or give a ton of advice or listen or like whatever it takes. I got a million. I'll help you. And you know, like it's gonna be okay. I know it feels stormy and maybe sort of, I don't know, a little blue, a little weird, a little glum, but there's light, and there's someone here that is like, I got your 6. I got your spiritual 6. And so the last card that, well, it's actually not the last card. I pulled a card from the Angel Number deck. I guess I already showed that I pulled. Did I do that today? Gosh, I don't know what day it is anymore. Well, anyway, the card I pulled is 222. Like one of my favorite numbers. I got my caregiver so used to it because when she's here, I always call it out, or else I'll text her when I see it. Sorry, anyway, the subtitle is Alignment, and here is what the card looks like, and there's, as you can see, some text there at the bottom, so I'm going to read that. How do you move forward toward life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Amen to that. Where did it go? Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Well, I followed the roots, ROOTS, back to basics, back to our basic components. I went all the way to the dirt to find myself again and get in alignment like I did, and it worked, you know, like I was already, like I said, I was already in a good place, and it helped me maintain that, which I appreciate. Like, I did not want to go backward and have to do stuff over again. Like, if I'm on a roll, I want to stay on it. So now the last card is from the, oh, I'm gonna have to pull out the box. From this deck. From the Message of Oracle deck. And I asked it, what did it think about my ROUTE route to find happiness and to get myself in alignment again with, I'm going to use the keywords here, with my connections, with my friendships, with romantic relationships, family ties, balance. That's, to me, another way of saying alignment. Life choices, compromise, commitment, trust. You know, like I said, my philosophy now is to take every experience as something to be learned from, and good, bad, or ugly, you know, there's something to be gained out of it. So, and if you're not fighting your experiences, you're gonna have a more easy time getting through them. You know, like, you're not gonna be fighting resistance anymore. Like, like, why resist? It's gonna happen regardless. So, you know, I can't remember the exact question. I asked it like 90 times to try to embed it in my brain, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was to do with, I think it was just asking, like, what did it, this is like probably too complicated a way to ask the question of a card. Wow, you're really making a pest of yourself. Get out of here. So let me read you to the card. Maybe read you to the card. Tell me what I'm saying. Wow. I'm going to read the card and then see if the question I asked it comes back to me. I might not have to ask the question. You could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. Remember, I was searching for, like, through all of the self-care techniques to find that one that got me back in alignment. All of those ideas. Because I just want to make sure I can, you know, hold it together and hold the other end of that string until I'm in the dimension where I can help anchor you and, you know, help lead you to the light. Okay, I'm saying. And I don't want to get compressed and anxious. I don't want to take that on, you know, so I have to find that, you know, like, and sometimes to unclench, you gotta surrender and just throw caution. And I don't know, I guess when I asked the question I was a little unsure, but like literally throwing myself into like the earth, the plant, the earth being, the earth environment. That's not the word I wanted, but close enough. But I really wanted to, I guess, pull myself out of like what what is just normal. Like I really wanted to journey and transport somewhere else, be like even for like a few minutes, to just return to what you're normally feeling. It is like a shift. Like you can shift yourself so quick, and like in the shorter time it takes to make that transition, it lasts like a kind of a good long time. Like I don't know, at least with me, I feel like, I don't know, maybe like my body's all happy for the relief. Where's the card of getting squished? Did I put that away? Oh, no, I did not. There it is. Sorry, I guess that didn't mean to be out loud. What is my point? If you are also feeling the same way, here's that other card that sort of earlier popped out. Somehow, like, if you can and want to get some perspective, remove yourself from the fray and rise above. It's much easier, you know, as above, so below. Go under the fray, go above the fray. I think the point is get out of it however you can, because you could use some self-care. Like now, look at little Mercury all just, come on, big planet, I'm your buddy. I know you're on fire. Look at all of your cosmic nerves are aflame. Ooh, cool it. But don't go crazy with the cooling it. Yeah, but so the message is, it's not just me feeling the feelings. I like to think that if I'm feeling it, I can't be the only one, you know. And there's a lot of us, and I guess a lot more of us are sort of coming online with this stuff, so everything is becoming more amplified than ever. What's that say? It says time to stop talking. Thank you and good night.